Hello everyone, I hope that you are having an awesome day. I am back at you again with yet another DIY tutorial, and this one is going to be a Dollar Tree flower wall. Now I'm going to be doing the Dollar Tree flower wall a little bit different. Instead of buying a whole bunch of flowers that can get really costly if you go to the Dollar Tree and you try to do a flower wall, say that 5 times. Just by buying a whole bunch of flowers, it still can add up. If you go to Michael's and you buy the flower panels, when they had them on sale for 50% off for 10 bucks, you're only going to get a really small section. You're probably going to get like a 12 by 12 section or 15 by 15. But I'm going to show you how to do a huge panel on the cheap, okay? So the first thing you're going to need is you are going to need some flowers, but you won't need as many. So the panel that we're going to make is actually going to be 32 inches in height and 40 inches in width. So it's going to be a very large panel, and you can make several of these if you want to cover a whole wall. One of the 30 by 40 panels can cover at probably an 8-foot dessert table, and you can use it as a dessert backdrop. You can also use it as a backdrop behind a sweetheart table if you wanted to add additional panels to it, and it's going to be super cheap. So the way we're going to do it is we are going to need some white duct tape, which you can get from the Dollar Tree. All the supplies are from the Dollar Tree. You're going to need about 5 or 6 of these coffee filters, these white coffee filters. And again, you're going to need some roses. So the ones that I picked was a bunch of white roses and some pink roses. But again, you won't need many. I mean, if you get a bushel of maybe about 6 or 7, you're good, okay? As opposed to maybe having to buy 30 of these just to do like one panel, which would get kind of expensive. So what I'm going to do is switch positions with the camera, because the panel is pretty big and it's not going to be viewable the way that I have things set up right now. So I'm going to go ahead and switch my camera. Okay, so basically we have our 2 pieces of Rediboard, and I don't know what size this is, but we're just going to tape these 2 pieces together, and this is going to form one panel. This will be your 32 by 40 panel. So we're going to use our white duct tape that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go ahead and start taping it down. And it doesn't have to be super neat because nobody's really going to see this size, so it doesn't have to be like really neat. This is it. You tape the 2 pieces together. Now I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to tape on the other side too, because once we start putting down the coffee filters, you won't see the tape. Try to be a little bit neater on the side though that you're actually going to be putting the flowers down on, or the coffee filters down on. Try to be a little bit neater on this side. Okay, now we're ready to go get our coffee filters. Here's our coffee filters. So I'm going to start applying this with some hot glue. Here's my glue gun. And what we're going to do is we're going to crack open some filters. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to take 3 filters at a time. We're going to just kind of make sure we have 3 filters. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you've got 3 coffee filters. Then you're going to take it and you're going to fold it over like a fan. And then just crease it at the bottom. Okay, and you don't have to be super neat. Fold it over one more time in this position so that it's a mini fan. And then fold it over one more time again, the 3rd time, so that it's a micro fan. So you want it to look like this at the end of the day, that you folded it 3 times, okay? And then this step isn't required, but I like to do this. What you do is you just kind of go in with a pair of scissors and you start making curves in it. And this is what I like to do to give it a better finish. So you can see I went in and I just made some little curves in there. Just so it finishes off a little bit better, but you really don't have to do that step if you don't want to. And then open it up, kind of separate it a little bit. Okay, so once you have it all separated, poke your finger in the middle and gather it up. Okay, gather it so that it looks like a flower. Okay, so you're going to be pinching it in the middle, and this is the back. You see how I pinched it right there. So you're going to be pinching it so that you have a little, you've made a ruffled flower, okay? And this is what it looks like. You can play with it a little bit, but I don't do too much fluffing. I do a little bit of fluffing, but not a whole lot, because you'll be doing this all day trying to fluff like one coffee filter. So with the excess, I throw that away. And then I'm going to take my hot glue gun. I'm going to move this out of the way. I've repositioned my camera, so I'm going to take my hot glue and just dab it right there in the corner and just start it, and then just push down from the center of the flower. And you can push it down from the sides too, because you can always fluff it up. And I'm just going to push down, hold it for a few minutes. Okay, and there we go. We made one section already. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take 3 coffee filters. I'm going to fold it in half. Don't have to be neat. I'm going to fold it in half again. And then I'm going to fold it in half one more time, 3 times. And then I'm going to take my scissors and cut like little round sections in it. Okay, this is what it looks like. Excess goes in the trash. Then I'm going to separate it. Just kind of fluff it out a little bit. Put my finger in the middle. Okay. Gather it up from the bottom. And just kind of fluff it around. You know, just basically take it and kind of sort of like smash it around and fluff it around so it looks like a flower. And then I'm going to take my hot glue and put a nice generous amount right next to the next one, and then push it down right there. Push it and hold it for a few minutes. And you can use the cheap glue from the Dollar Tree. These are the glue sticks that I'm using, and this is from the Dollar Tree. Okay, we're going to do a 3rd one. This should take you anywhere from a day to a week, depending on how much time you have on your hands. Okay everyone, so we basically done a whole entire line right there. We just did one line, and that's basically all you're going to be doing is just taking these coffee filters, ruffling them up, and applying them with hot glue to the entire Rediboard. And this is a pretty big board, so this is a project that could take you one day if you're super ambitious, or a week. I prefer to just take my time and do it in a week. You know, just carve some time out here and there and just keep ruffling up those coffee filters and just filling up the board, and just take your time. So let's look at the project when the Rediboard is completely covered with the coffee filters. Okay everyone, so this is the finished product. This is what it's going to look like when you completely cover both of those boards in the coffee filters. So let me zoom in a little bit so you can see, and it does kind of give an effect of a flower wall. And I'll just come back out. So this is it, and I actually completed this several months ago, and I had it in storage and decided to break it back out so I could do some embellishing. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our Dollar Tree flowers, and I'm going to start applying some of these flowers in the crevices between the coffee filters. And this is a cheap way to do a flower wall, because you won't have to buy $40 and $50 worth of flowers, and then you only get to cover a very small area because it's so expensive. Even buying flowers at the Dollar Tree is going to be expensive to cover a whole wall. So the cheapest way to do it is just to use coffee filters and then add flowers in between. So I'm going to be adding some white flowers that I'm actually going to hot glue, and then some of the pink flowers is something that I'm just going to put in different spots, but I'm not going to actually adhere it because I don't want my flower wall to have any color to it. It's just going to be all white, but I'll show you in case that's how you want to do it. So I'm going to use my hot glue gun and start attaching random roses in different places. I'll just try to find some crevices in the, some little spots in between, and push my flowers down in there. So I'm just going to add my hot glue to it and find a spot and just kind of push it down in there. All right, everyone, so I have added some flowers, some white flowers in different strategic places, and I just kind of put them in random spots just to kind of show you what it would look like. You might be able to see them. They're very light, so you might be able to see them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these pink roses, and I'm going to start just kind of randomly placing them, just sticking them down into the around the coffee filters. I'm not going to apply them because, like, I'm actually using this for my wedding, so I don't want to have any color in my flower wall. But I'm just going to apply them in different places just to give you an idea of what it would look like, because the color is nice and it will definitely let your wall pop. But these colors, these pink colors, are not the colors that I'm going to be using. So this is it, guys. I have added randomly some different types of flowers in here. I've added some pink flowers, lavender flowers, and white flowers, and I basically just kind of stuck them in there. I did not use my hot glue gun because, again, I'm going to be using this as a backdrop for my dessert bar at my wedding, and I'm not going to have all those different colored flowers, but I just wanted you to see what you could do. Obviously, if someone did this, they would want to use different color flowers, so I just wanted to give you an example. And this is it. This is how you can do a flower wall on the cheap. This way you don't have to buy hundreds of flowers and you're getting a big panel. You're getting a 32 by 40 panel, and you can see how big it is based on the doors that it's leaning up against my closet doors. So this is a pretty nice panel. You could actually just use this entire panel right behind a dessert bar on a 8-foot table, and you would be good to go. So you could use this on an 8-foot table, because this is what it's leaning on, an 8-foot table right now, and it just about covers most of the table. Most of the table is covered. So this is how you do it on the cheap, and you just buy maybe $10 worth of flowers, $6 in coffee filters, and $2 for the Rediboard, and that's it. You're done, and you have a flower wall on the cheap. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit closer. I'm going to pan in a little bit so you can see what it would look like, and I think it looks gorgeous. So I'm panning in a little bit, and then I'm going to pan back out, and that is it. That is your flower wall. So this is it, guys. Get you a couple of flowers from the Dollar Tree and you are good to go. I'm also going to leave a link in the description bar below, because there is a lady who actually dyed these coffee filters pink, so you don't have to do a white coffee filter background. You can dye these filters pink, you can dye them blue, you can dye them whatever color you want with craft glues, craft paint, excuse me. So I will leave the description below showing where this lady had dyed all these coffee filters pink for her daughter. I decided to shoot some additional footage because I also want to show you this flower wall as a way to do personalized initials, and this would be great for like a graduation or a birthday party or something like that. And that is the letter L, and I tried to line it up as best I could. I just kind of did this on the fly, but just to give you an idea that you could turn the flower wall around to its narrowest side, and you can do initials as well. So just wanted to show you that that is another option. Okay, so this is it, guys. Like I said, you just need a little bit of flowers, you need yourself some hot glue, and you are good to go. Okay, guys, so this is it. This is your flower wall. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and as always, don't forget to rate and subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, I hope that you will subscribe so we can grow this channel. And if you do subscribe, please don't forget to hit the notification bell so you are notified when I upload new videos. Okay, guys, that's it. Have an awesome day. See you in the next DIY video. All right, bye-bye.